Is Aikido effective in a street fight? Backed into a corner, what would you do to fight off your opponent? Use weapons, knives, bottles, karate? What if your only means of self-defense was the art of Aikido? Would that be enough? Let's find out. Hey there everyone, and welcome back to the channel. High-flying, knee-throwing, and lightning-fast punches couldn't keep us away from bringing you yet another episode. And today, we are taking you to the streets with the art of Aikido. If you haven't already done so, give us a strong right jab to that subscribe button to stay tuned to each video that we have in store for you. Is Aikido effective in a street fight? The Japanese martial art of Aikido is a style that is made of a system of throws, joint locking, high and fast striking, and pinning techniques that are coupled with the training of traditional Japanese weaponry. Now that surely does sound like a mouthful, and well, it surely is. The training is done with the addition of weaponry to enable the practitioner to have a wide and well-balanced skill set in the art. It was founded by Morihei Ueshiba back in the early 20th century, after Ueshiba took it upon himself to expand upon the various styles of martial arts. Aikido is said to represent a very potent distillation of many centuries of the great Japanese martial arts knowledge. It even became the most widely practiced Budo in the world. It can be very deadly with how accurate and precise the blows and positions are for someone who is well trained in the art of Aikido. But here's the catch. Aikido was created as a form of self-defense that did not bring much harm to its victim. So how could someone actually hold up in a street fight if all they are left with are non-lethal combative moves? Street fighting is known for the dirt and grit of it all. There are no rules. If a rock is in the way, it can be used. If a bat is sitting on the sidewalk, you best know that it will find its way into being swung randomly and used against the opponent. Kicking below the belt? There is no line that is drawn, and if there was, it would probably be used against the opponent as well. When a fight is out in the open and no rules are in place other than the personal morals of each opponent, you can bet there would be some surprises. In a street fight, you don't even know who to root for, but if you had to, who would you think would be the victor? Let's take a short 5 seconds of quiet time to let you come up with an answer. Be sure to watch for the end results and see if your guess and reasoning matched. Okay, now that you have your answer locked in, let's simulate the fight and tell you how it would turn out. As we know, street fighting doesn't take much planning. What is there and available is exactly all there is. If the street fighter has no practice outside of the streets, then we can assume that it is truly a mixture of whatever experiences that opponent has developed throughout their fighting life. With the Aikido practitioner, we know exactly what form of martial arts were practiced. It's almost as if because of us knowing exactly what was practiced and the limitations of the art form, that it could be seen as a disadvantage. We know that the non-lethal attacks and form of self-defense could make the Aikido opponent extremely vulnerable, and who would want to go into a fight vulnerable and willing to lose? No one, not that we know of. Outside of the insane Mayweather and Logan Paul, no one wants to walk into a match knowing darn well sure that they're about to lose. But let's speak about that in another video. The street fighter would most likely have to be the first to engage in combat because the art of Aikido is formed around defensive mechanisms and maneuvers rather than being the first to attack. But with that slight limitation comes a major advantage. This allows the Aikido practitioner to effectively utilize their training because, unlike the street fighter, the Aikido practitioner will more likely have a patient and calm demeanor to foresee the blows and attacks, allowing for the performance of defensive blows or throws. But remember what we said about Aikido. It is for non-lethal defense. However, we never said it wouldn't hurt. Aikido is a very effective martial art for self-defense, not only because it teaches individuals how to defend against various styles of attacks, but it also trains the mind and physical condition of the practitioner. This means that their mind frame is focused, engaged, and ready for combat. Because of the improved breathing techniques of the Aikido martial artist, they can use time against the street fighter. Street fighting is known to be short and quick to the point. The fighter would be looking to deliver as much damage to the opponent as possible in the shortest amount of time. This is not to say that the street fighter would simply be the one losing after all of this. With the types of holds and grapples that the Aikido martial artist would have to perform, that opens up a wide array of cheap blows such as headbutts, groin kicks, and even biting. These types of tricks can disable a person in the fighting world. Seriously, have you ever been headbutted? The force of a single headbutt breaks the facial bones and can cause massive damage, sending any unlucky recipient straight to the hospital, and even cause brain damage. But with all that said, the victor in this situation would be, go ahead and see if you were correct with this one. In a street fight, would Aikido be effective? The answer? Absolutely. And given the circumstances, they would be the victor time and time again, simply based off of skill and being able to tire out their opponent, giving them a massive upper hand and foot. There's just something about being trained in martial arts that serves many situations right, be it a street fight or simply everyday life. Now, if you were thinking any differently, tell us about it in the comments. Let us know your thoughts about this one, and as always, hit that like and subscribe button with all your might, and stay tuned for each of the videos we have in store for you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.